So rabbits are really interesting. I used to think rabbits were just dumb and they just sat there and did nothing, but they're very interesting creatures. This is an American chinchilla. Obviously, it gets its name from its fur. It's a gray, looks like a chinchilla. They grow pretty big. These are popular rabbits that were used for food. People kill rabbits and eat them. This is a popular food bunny. Um, you have kids and they get pets and they say they're going to take care of them and they don't because they're out living life. So my son's 24 doing his thing. So I take care of the rabbit most of the time, which is fine because I miss having pets. Anyway, they're not stupid. They don't talk. They don't look at you with their eyes because their eyes are on the side of their heads. They have a 180-degree field of view on each side because it's a prey. So they need to be able to see in front of them and behind them. So they don't really look at you per se with their eyes. They do look at you, but not like a cat or a dog. And it's a different type of emotional attachment because they don't talk to you and they don't look at you directly. But they're very smart. I used to think they were really stupid, but they're just as smart as Bugs fucking Bunny.
So I never actually did a proper goodbye for the Morning Gamer. I did it for Warzone, but there's a different audience somewhat for Morning Gamer than there is for Warzone. There's a smaller circle, a different circle. So this is the last episode of Good Morning Gamer, and I recently woke up, as you can see. So I just had a few things I wanted to say. Probably mostly non-game related. I go through time. You go through time. Everybody has a timeline. The older I get, the faster time goes. So, I stopped doing all this video game stuff because I pretty much have said everything I'm ever going to say about video games. Nothing impresses me anymore. There's fun stuff to play and things to do, but nothing truly impresses me anymore. Nothing blows my mind. The best game to come out last year was Ghost of Tsushima. The worst game to come out last year was Last of Us 2. I'm not going to go into those reasons, but if you agree with me, you know why. I think that, and this really isn't a diss to today's audience, but I think that a lot of people today versus when I was coming up, I think that games, they look at games as there's a fine line between games and movies. A game should have great fucking gameplay and great fucking pacing. The minute you try to turn that game into a movie and you try to be cinematic, you lose me. Okay? Stop trying to be cinematic. Be game-o-matic. 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 Yeah, be game-o-matic. Games are meant to play. This all got started with two horizontal lines, and a cube. It was a version of table tennis or tennis called Pong. No storyline, no characters. It was just you and another person hitting a square ball back and forth. And then you move forward a little bit. Space Invaders. Okay. These aliens are attacking Earth and they're destroying your house and you have to shoot them and kill them. All right, let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Pac-Man. Eat the dots, escape the ghost. Go through as many mazes as you can. Fucking awesome. Tempest. Clear as many of these vector levels as you can. Shoot all the things and then fly to the next level. Jungle Hunt. swing through the jungle and save your girlfriend. Donkey Kong, climb up to the girders and save your girl from the giant ape. Simple, but effective. Then we got consoles and we got longer games and storylines. But even in some of the longest games, the gameplay and the pacing was still on point. And then we started getting CDs and full motion video and all this stuff. And everybody decided that they don't really want to make games. They want to make fucking movies. Well, Naughty Dog made a Lifetime movie. And Last of Us 2. It might as well have been Walking Dead. And I stopped watching The Walking Dead. Okay? Ghost of Tsushima. Get in fucking feudal Japan and kick ass. Let's not waste any time with long fucking cutscenes. Let's not bore you, the gamer, who paid $60. We want you to fucking hack and slash that sword and kill bad guys and save Japan. Some developers get it, some developers don't. I love Naughty Dog. They're one of my favorite developers out there. They've created some truly epic, memorable games. But I don't know what happened to them with Last of Us 2. Like, Last of Us 1 was a grind for me, but I still enjoyed it, and I still got through it, and I looked forward to the second game. Second game, I tried my hardest to put that disc back in that PlayStation and finish that game. I said, let me just finish this fucking game. Let me put it in and grind it out and finish it. I could not fucking do it. I couldn't do it. It's just a terrible design as far as I'm concerned. Terrible design. They create these areas of non-gameplay to lengthen the game. So a typical 8 to 10 hour game is now 20 hours because I need to walk through the forest listening to these two girls have this conversation about whatever. You know, if you're going to give me a long fucking forest, I make it a gauntlet. Make it full of zombies that I can shoot and hide behind cars and do stuff. I bought the game to fucking play it, not watch a goddamn Lifetime movie. And I'm sorry, it's not fucking Uncharted. I shouldn't have to go. Let me find, gotta find this power cord. Okay, I have a gun and there's a locked gate. But I have to find a fucking power cord, walk all the way, plug it in just to open a gate. That is not fun gameplay. It's piss poor. Naughty Dog, you did a piss poor job on Last of Us 2. I don't give a fuck what anybody said. I don't care how many fucking awards you got. I don't care how many fucking fans are swinging on your fucking juicy balls. That game fucking sucked. Nothing impresses me anymore like it used to. I remember the first time I saw Sora's Wrath. I was fucking blown the fuck away. It was a fucking 2D fighter in a 3D world. It was a fucking Space Harrier type game. It was an anime. It was everything. It had so many different gameplay elements. And the pacing was on fucking point. I could not put the controller down. Music, fucking awesome. Characters and character design, fucking awesome. Level design, gameplay. You never knew what to expect from level to level. If you haven't played Sora's Wrath, fuck you. I'm really getting into it. I didn't want to. Let me pull myself out of the rabbit hole. The industry isn't what it used to be. I've done this before. I repeat myself a lot. Yes, I still have my pajamas on. Shut up. I repeat myself a lot. I show things over and over again. Sometimes people miss them. This is Mega Man. This game took us hours to beat. I think it may have taken us a couple days, because I think this game, once you got to a certain level, it would save it. And then you can go back in and play, or maybe that was Mega Man 2. So no, I think we had to beat this in one day. We had to beat it in one day. I think we played for 6 hours to beat this. And back then, playing a game for 6 hours, that was a long time. That was a grind. When they made these games back in the day, there was no day one DLC. There was no internet. There were no updates. So they had to seriously go through quality control to put a cartridge out. Because once they press this game, there's no fixes. And typically, bugs back then weren't game breaking, so they were called Easter eggs. Okay? This is what me and my cousin played on his NES way back when. This came during a time where there was no social media. All you had was video game magazines with like a 2-month lead time. So games weren't coming out every day. They weren't coming out every Tuesday. You never knew when a new game was coming out. So you'd constantly check the stores. We go into Electronics Boutique or Software, etc., or wherever, and we see this box, Mega Man, and we see this white dude, this human white dude on the front cover wearing clothes. It's a white dude in clothes with a fucking gun. This isn't representative of the game whatsoever, but I look at it and I see Mega Man, and I look at the artwork, Mega Man. That's pretty cool. It's a new game, state-of-the-art, high-resolution graphics. Lies. There's not high-resolution graphics. It's the same resolution as all NES games. 360p, I think it was. But, or maybe 480p. I think 360p was the arcade. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, this came out in 85? This doesn't even have a fucking year on it. 87. This came out in 87. All we had to go off, when we grabbed the box, we said, hey, what's that new game you got there? I remember this. It was Software, etc., I think. I said, hey, what's that Mega Man? So we grab the cartridge, and we look at it. See that back there? That is the character, the boss select screen. That's all we had to go off of. Hey, that looks like Ice Climber right there. Holy shit, Iceman looks like an ice climber. This is all we had, and we had this description on the back of the box. So we're reading the description, and I look at the little characters, and I'm like, look at, there's a robot. Gutsman. They're little robots. And I guess you gotta fight the robots. Let's get it. Okay? And I have a point. I want to reiterate this. I've done this before. My cousin had no intention. So at the time, I was 17 and he was 22. He was the one buying all the games because he had a job. I was in high school. He had just got out of college. He had no intention of reselling his games. This game's probably worth a couple $1,000s. Not this particular one. This is still in great condition, but there are better conditions, better versions of this. But, I mean, this has everything it came with day one, so it's worth a lot of money. Anyway, he had no intention of selling his games. However, every time we bought a new Nintendo game, we had to read the instructions before we could play. I just wanted to put it in and play. Nope, read the instructions first. And every time we wanted to go back to an old game, this is what we had to do. Take it out of the box. Take it out of the secondary plastic. Take it out of the plastic case. Just to play the game. Then we'd stick it back in the plastic case. I do this when I'd borrow the games too. It was annoying. Then stick it back into the secondary plastic. And back into the original box with the instruction manual. Okay. Stick all that back in there. Just because. That's the way my cousin was. And while I thought it was annoying back then, I kind of respect it now. You know? It was just his thing. And this is a physical copy of something that you actually collect. He wasn't a collector. I mean, I guess he was a collector, but he wasn't doing it for the purpose of collecting. He bought it, he played it, and he had no intentions of selling it. A lot of you dudes that say, well, you don't own the digital version. Shut the fuck up, okay? So if you're complaining that you don't actually own the digital version, and then you buy a game and it's just a case and a CD, then what are you saying? If you actually want to own something, get the collector's edition, because the collector's edition is going to hold its value much more than just a case and a CD. Okay? Buy the collector's edition. That's what it's for you to collect. That's going to be worth a lot more money. Okay? But you do own the digital stuff. I got an Xbox Series X. I hooked up my external drive with all my digital downloads. They're still there. Okay? So I don't really understand that take. But and the thing is, most of these people, all their music is digital. Do you own the digital music? Are you okay with digital music? Then you should be okay with digital games. Buying a game and playing it and then finishing it and throwing it back in its case, more than likely you're not going to play it again because more stuff comes out that you want to play. The same goes with digital. Are you going to re-download it again in 3 years and play it again? No, but you still own it. Microsoft and Sony hasn't taken any digital games away from me. Neither has Steam. I still own them wherever I go. That external hard drive goes with me wherever I go. And if the hard drive fails, I can re-download them. Anyway, I never gave a proper goodbye on Good Morning Gamer. So this is it. I wanted to say goodbye because the audience for The Morning Gamer is slightly different than the Warzone, but kind of the same. There's some crossover. So this is why I'm doing this episode. And I just wanted to give some advice and say a couple things to some of you young cats out there. I'm 50 years old. I'm going to be 51 next month. I'm going to be fucking 51. If I'm lucky, I'll have another 30 or more years on this planet. So right now, I'm in extreme hustle mode. I'm getting into professional kayak bass fishing. So I'm buying a kayak, I'm buying all this stuff, getting all this stuff together. And I am in a hustle mode. I haven't been in a mode like this since 1995 when I produced this magazine. Up until 3 a.m. all night, no emails, faxes, writing letters, writing articles, creating content, creating layouts. It was hustle, full of energy. That's where I'm at right now with this whole kayak thing. Because as you get older, and guys who are my age or in their 40s, they understand what I'm saying right now. As you get older, time starts to fly by a lot faster. You start to see your years. When you're my age and you've had friends that have died, it starts to make you think about things. So this is for everybody, but mostly you young cats. I don't have any regrets or anything, but if you're in your 20s or early 30s, find something that you enjoy to do, that you love to do, that you're super passionate about, that's not video games or your job. Find that, and you do it, and you love it. I'm doing it right now. I've done it before, But as you get older, once you meet that girlfriend and you get married and you have kids and your life becomes, wake up, take the kids to school, go to work for somebody else, come home, make dinner, watch a little TV, go to sleep, and do it all over again. Take 2 weeks vacation a year. And you're not going to have, your video game time is going to go from this to this. And it's going to be like that for 18 to 20 years. Babies are cool. Babies, all they need is a binky, a little love, and they need to eat and shit. Babies are easy. People think babies are hard. Babies are like cake. But when your kid gets old enough where they want a cell phone, and you got to pay that bill, and you got to take them to the dentist and the doctors, you got to make sure they have insurance and all this other shit. You worry about them when they're out in the yard playing. You don't want them to fall and break a bone, and you got to leave work early and take them to the hospital, all this shit. Oh, my God. It drains you. I mean, I did it. I'm a single dad. I did all that stuff, but I'm 50 now. All you cats that'll sit down and put like 100 hours into a new video game over the course of a week and a half, I've been there. I did it. I used to do that same thing. But what I'm telling you now, nobody told me when I was in my 20s. Invest in yourself. so that you don't have to wait until you're 50 years old. Video games are cool. Watching, WandaVision, all that stuff is cool. But try to invest in yourself. Take a little extra time and invest in yourself. Find something you do or that you like to do that you're passionate about that's not video games or your job, and do it. Even if you have the dopest fucking job in the world, if you're working for somebody else, you're working for somebody else. Find something that you love to do that's not video games or your job, and fucking do it now. Hustle now. Invest money in stocks. You've seen all this stuff about stocks and crypto and investing. There's a lot of dudes in our circles that do it. Shout out to Little Tussin. Invest some money into some crypto. Invest some money into some stocks. Set yourself up so you're comfortable for the rest of your life. Nobody told me this shit when I was young. Things were different back then. We didn't have social media. You just had the people around you. I heard about this stuff, but I didn't know much about it. We didn't even really have the internet back then when I was 20. But you guys got all this stuff now. You have a chance to be fucking millionaires by the time you're my age, or much sooner. So you need to do something about that. Like I said, do what you want to do with your money. If you want to stick a ladder outside your house and climb up the roof and lick a tile, do it. But just find time to invest in yourself. Those guys with huge sneaker collections, like Nikes are dope. They look cool, but they're a horrible shoe. Nikes are not a good shoe. I used to be that dude. Like, if you're a person who has a bunch of shoes because you like comfort and you like things that match your clothes, that's one thing. But if you're a sneaker head and you're collecting shoes just to be collecting shoes, those shoes aren't going to be worth more than you paid for them. Right now, if you want to make money on shoes, you got to buy the shoe and sell the shoe the next day to make a profit. Okay? Those are the guys making money off shoes. But if you just got a stack of fucking dope Nikes sitting in your closet, you're not making money off of those. You're losing money.
For instance, here's my sneaker collection. It's mostly New Balance. The most expensive pair I have are these. These are Ground Davis. I made those myself on their website. These were $190. But on average, sneakers, like when you get New Balance, you get an American-made shoes, and they're high quality. New Balance. Fresh Foam Heroes, okay? Fresh Foam Heroes, I think these are version 5s. These are the most comfortable sneakers I've ever set my foot in. I haven't had shoes as comfortable since the Gel Exalts by Asics back in 1992, I think it was. Some Adidas. I have a few pairs of Adidas. These are actually steel toe sneakers for work. More New Balance, okay? The 600 series were awesome. So I bought a lot of those. Some bass fishing shoes, okay? So these shoes are going to last me a lifetime. I do want some more Fresh Foam Heroes though. But, Fresh Foam Heroes are like, what, $119? It's not Nike money, Don't treat shoes as an investment. It's not an investment. They're shoes.
Like I said, do what you want to do with your money, but at least be smart about it. So, invest in yourself. Figure it out now. Do the hustle now. Be healthy. Like, I'm healthier right now than I've been the last 20 years. I've lost a good deal of weight and I've been able to keep it off, but I'm still, going down that road, this whole kayak thing and pedaling on the kayak. I'm going to be getting exercise when I'm out there fishing. It's great. I can't wait to do that. Like, say what you want about Hip Hop Gamer, but that dude is a perfect picture of health. I've watched him. I've known Hip Hop Gamer since 2008. I've known him almost 13 years. And as I watch him get older, that dude's energy never ceases. Okay? He's full of energy. He's in good shape. That's the energy I want. That's the energy I have right now, actually. But, in a Hip Hop Gamer, he's real passionate about video games, but he does something else besides video games that he's passionate about. He does hip hop. He makes music. He creates something. Write a book, take a picture, do a film. Write a graphic novel, a comic book, create a video game. Leave a legacy behind. Put something on the planet that other people can enjoy. Do something with your life. I'm not a God-fearing person. I'm not religious. I'm more spiritual. But I truly believe that we were put on this planet to do something. And I'm sorry, waking up every day, going to work for somebody else, then coming home and taking a 2-week vacation and collecting your retirement, that's not doing anything. That's just being a cog in a wheel. Be the fucking machine. Okay? Be the machine, not the cog. Do something with your life. Create something. Okay? If you want to put $200 hours in a Japanese RPG, that's great, but just make sure you're doing something while you're playing that RPG. Do something with your life, because life is very short. When you're in your 20s, you think you got your whole life ahead of you and it's going to last for years and years and years. But you know what? The Reaper can take you anytime he wants. The Reaper wakes up. Who we got today? John Smith, Mary Williams, Torrance. Really? Okay. They don't give a shit. When it's your time, it's your time. So while you are alive on this planet, while you're here, do something with your time. Because you don't want to have regrets. If it's going to be a slow death, I know this is kind of morbid, but if you get hit with cancer and it's going to be slow death, you don't want to look back on your life and say, God damn it, I didn't do the stuff that I wanted to do because I was too busy slaying dragons. Do the shit you want to do, especially if you're young. I wish somebody told me this stuff when I was in my 20s. Like I said, no regrets. But I'm here as a 50-year-old man, going on 51, who plays video games, loves video games. I've been doing that life. I'm telling you young cats, even you old cats, do something with your life. So when that time comes, you have no regrets. You have a legacy. You left a legacy behind. I want to thank everybody for listening to the show. I think I finished my coffee. Thank you for supporting The Morning Gamer. Peace out.